I'm Megan.
I'm Rachel.
And we first off just want to say, holy crap, we've got an amazing response from people from our last video, which is the review for the winter finale of Once Upon a Time.
Ugh, breaks my heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. Thank you so much for viewing it. Thank you so much for posting it so other people can view it. Thank you so much for subscribing. We were just like, holy crap, people
are watching us. Oh my god.
It's so silly.
Yeah. But yeah, as of right now, it's almost at 600 views, so we're pretty excited about that.
It's scary.
This is
the idea of 600 people looking at me.
You agreed to this.
I was voluntold. No.
So this is the first week in the break until the second half of season 5. So we kind of want to just do a quick review of what we thought of the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And
we were kind of unable to really discuss how we were feeling after the last episode because we were just out of words. We were so you saw us. We were I was ranting about Rumple and Belle, and she was ranting about just how screwed up everything was with well, not even just Swan Queen, but just character development, and how Hook suddenly has just like she's gonna go back for him in hell.
Yeah.
Even though it's absolutely insane. But we wanted to kind of like break it down because we think that overall, just over the season, things that were kind of like hinted never came to pass, and just poor writing, poor character development, things like that. We kind of wanted to look over what we've seen from this past season, what we've gotten from it at least.
Yeah. So pretty much, and from my point of view, I'm going to try and keep this as objective as possible. So I'm not going to favor any ship. So I'm going to try and keep Swan Queen out of it, even though it's important for me. But I'm going to try and focus on the writing and why characters and writing is important, and how this season has completely just like dropped. It's completely gone.
Yeah.
And I guess the first point is plot holes.
Oh God.
There were so many plot holes and unanswered questions. Like, for example, when in the beginning of the season, like the promos and everything had Dark Swan in prison in Camelot, and she took out that guard's heart and she crushed it, and she was all evil and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We never saw that happen. Like, if she became Dark from turning Hook into Dark Hook, and then pretty much immediately they went back to Storybrooke, there would have been no time in between then for her to go to prison.
And I understand where it could have just been a promo to really get people excited about the idea of Emma being like Dark Swan and everything. But Emma was really never Dark Swan. All of the way that she acted when she went back to Storybrooke, like it was like she was like
brooding.
Yeah, it wasn't evil. It wasn't like this huge horrible plot line and everything. And yeah, you see people like lacking trust in her because they find out what had happened in Camelot with her taking the one girl's heart, Henry's
kind of
crush.
Girlfriend,
yeah.
Which also was completely unresolved. What happened to that? What happened to her? With freaking Arthur and Guinevere. Well, and that kind of bleeds into our future points too about complete lack of character development for minor characters. But the first episode, when she said that she was going to punish everyone, they were going to be punished for what they did in Camelot. What the fuck did they do in Camelot? I mean, did I miss something?
The only thing I can think is that she was, she made it seem as if they did something wrong so that they wouldn't like look to find out any other reason why, they were sent back to Storybrooke and everything. I don't know. I felt like it was like Swan could have been so much darker. And I understand that it felt sloppy, the way that they had transitioned from this idea of Swan being this dark, like, formidable foe and everything who was going to, change all of Storybrooke, make their lives a living hell and everything else like that. It seemed really a weird way to transition to, no, it was just so that, Emma could get everything arranged so that she could take the darkness from Hook or something.
And there's so, like, the taking of the memories and the dream catchers, and then, like, with Emma's memories then being taken, but then she took other people's memories. It was like, wait, it's hard to track when shit actually happened, and like the timeline of when it all happened is kind of fucked up too. Because if you like say it was like 6 weeks ago and you're tracking like 3 weeks later, there's a time gap. Like, what the fuck happened? There's no explanation. And like, Regina was supposed to be the savior, and I know we have a second half of the season. Okay, I get it, but she. It's complete. Everything that was set up in the first episode, the very first episode, pretty much the finale, none of it. It was completely unrelated. Like, there's no correlation,
no resolution
whatsoever. So that there's no Dark Swan, and all the promises that were made in the first, not promises, but all the plot setups for the continuation of the series just crumbled. They're just not even there.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we start on character development? Because there's something I really want to bring up.
Go for it.
Like, then you've actually pointed this out to me. The fact that on like the last night that they thought they were going to be alive, when they were going to be sent to hell and everything, how instead of being with Henry, Regina went to be with Robin and the baby instead of Henry, who...
Nothing like Regina. Regina would have never chosen Robin over Henry. Ever.
Or at the very least, they would have all been together. Or something where Henry would have been involved, because she learned true love from Henry. She had this love for him, and that's why she turned good in the first place and everything. And instead, they're trying to say that, no, all her priorities are with Robin and the baby now.
Yeah. And Emma, a once strong, independent woman who can take care of herself, and yeah, she has people who are important to her, but she knows how to prioritize shit, and she doesn't endanger the people that she loves. All of a sudden, she's doing all this shit for Hook, and I'm not attacking a specific ship here. I'm just pointing out how characters and who the characters are, the writers just completely destroyed them. Because they would not have acted this way in prior, like, there's been no setup to this. The characters are not at all fitting in with who they've been at all in the past couple seasons.
No, I mean, like, even looking at like the Emma relationship with Hook and everything, Hook was going to let Henry go to hell.
The entire family.
The entire fucking family, but Henry's like, I mean, like, she went through everything to make sure that Henry was safe. Like, Henry was like a main priority for her too. And all of a sudden she's like, no, Hook, stop. Don't do that. Don't send my son to hell. Don't send my family to hell. What the fuck? How?
Also, just because you set up an awful, awful scenario to happen, and then you change your mind at the last minute, that doesn't make you a hero. You're not a hero. You're just a dickbag who changed his mind. You're not a hero. So it's like, let me die a hero. Really, Hook? Really? You're not a fucking hero. You just had a momentary lapse of judgment where you decided to not be a dick for 2 seconds.
You know what, though? When we were first watching it and everything, you were like, okay, you know what? At least if he's gonna do this and everything, he dies the hero. At least the one genuine thing that he wants to do for her is to die, and then
die doing the right thing, not die being a hero. Two different things. Two different things.
Sorry. But die doing the right thing. And instead, she like takes his gesture and she totally invalidates it. Like,
that's a good point.
I mean, I just feel like her character, who was this strong, proud character who like understood what people stood for or would respect what people wanted and everything, she's just totally disregarding it, all of it.
And also, let's not forget the fact that a character who beforehand was really strong and really independent. Like, I miss season 1 Emma. Like, I really miss her character because she's like extremely strong, and it's amazing. And this relationship now that she has is completely codependent. Like,
It's very destructive.
it's destructive and codependent. And I can't believe the writers are pursuing it, and it makes me extremely sad because I'm like, what are you trying to promote? That codependency is good and romantic? And then people are just eating that shit up. And it's like, codependency is not romantic. Threatening to harm yourself to get your partner's attention is not romantic.
Yeah, like when
That's
he
just
threw
unhealthy.
himself off the building because he's like, this is
God.
the only way I can get your attention, and it's like,
Shit's not cool.
yeah.
So Regina not acting like herself, Emma not acting like herself. Rumple, take the show. Go, babe, go.
Oh my god. Oh my
So
god.
pissed.
Oh, seriously, she knows because I have ranted about it so many times because I'm like, you know what? When it comes to talking about Emma and Hook and everything, I was like, I think you should have it because you've really like looked into it, researched it. Okay. So Rumple has a pure heart and everything. He could have gone one way or the other. And people have tried to say, well, you know, the reason that he went back to being the Dark One and everything is for his love of power. His love of power started out due to cowardice. He even said, you know, I want my power. I need my power because I'm a coward. But what has he shown us during this entire, like, second part of the season? He has put himself in danger for Belle against Merida when Merida was Maldu. He freaking... Yeah, or Mordu. I don't forget. The bear. The fucking bear. Anyway, he put himself in danger for her. He actually went out and pursued Hook. After Hook was the Dark One, after Hook had all this power...
An advantage.
The entire advantage. He actually pursued Hook and said, I'm going to win. You know what? I'm going to win. I'm going to win for you, Belle, and everything else like that.
Or even if he didn't, he was going to die trying.
Exactly. That is not the act of a coward. That is not in any way remotely the act of a coward. He has pursued Hook on various occasions when he knew that Hook could just kill him on sight. And he's like, why haven't you tried to kill me? So that is the act of a man who is brave, not who is a coward. So where the heck is this need for power? And plus... like, he would have had to have known that Hook or Emma was going to sacrifice himself. It was kind of a Hail Mary. It wasn't like he knew for a definite fact that, you know, Hook or Emma was going to kill themselves and everything and get the Dark One's power into the sword and then it transfer into the dagger. That was something like, that was a Hail Mary pass. And that's not Rumple. Rumple is a definite, this is going to happen. But he just... this was just so out of character. It was not... there was no reason for him to become the Dark One again. None at all.
No.
None.
First off, how convoluted is that whole ending anyway of I'm going to draw all the Dark One's power into this and then sacrifice myself? Like you mentioned it last week. There needs to be more complex... like, it needs to be more difficult than that. Like, really? Her darkness is drawn away now simply because he said so with Excalibur? Whereas beforehand... to kill the Dark One or to get rid of the Dark One, you had to stab it with the dagger, and then that person died. And now, like, we've had two Dark Ones now that just stopped being the Dark Ones because it just kind of left them.
Sucked out of them. And
like, it's like the plot is just crumbling, and it's not consistent, and it seems to be like and it's maddening because I love good writing and I love good character development. Oh, and minor characters.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to apologize to Merida, like that people who played all the minor characters, like Merida and Arthur and Guinevere and Lancelot, Mulan, Lancelot, all those guys, because
Granny,
all you guys got fucked this season. Because what could have been a great story and a good, you know, minor character development and everything was just fucking shat on this season. Like, Merida is such a good character. She's such a good character. And they just fucking just dropped it. What resolution happened? Are the guys in the Camelot dudes just still hanging out in Storybrooke? Did Merida go after Arthur? Is Guinevere still under the dust drug? Where's Lancelot? Where's Granny? There's no resolution. They're all just like, we're going...
The dwarves just randomly, show up.
The dwarves are going to hell? Or are they all just like, fuck it, we're all just going to go to hell now? Meh. It's annoying, and it's really awful, and I am so disappointed. And I've heard theories on, different websites and Tumblr where there was an original storyline and there were things written, but something happened and they had to change everything immediately, like halfway through, and so that what was going to end, like how it was going to end, and what ended up showing on TV are completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether that's true or not.
I heard that Emma was supposed to be more evil.
Should have been.
Yeah, and everything. And the LGBT thing just kind of died.
There were scenes cut. I know there was supposed to be a scene actually with Emma and Regina and Henry pretty much saying how, Henry was like, well, I'm the author, so I want to go to hell. And both Emma and Regina saying, no, we don't want you to go to hell because we're your mothers and we don't want to see you go to hell. But they all agreed to anyway. I think that would have been a good scene because it's a good family moment. But instead they just fucking cut that shit out and we're like, we're all going to go to hell for Hook. And that's that. Like, it's the worst fucking writing. And the fact that it got passed through teams and interns of editing and proofing and approving, and tons of money went into production and filming and editing and all this shit, and that's what came on the TV? That pile of shit is what happened?
Seriously.
It's just really awful writing. Somebody should have gone like, hey guys, this doesn't really match what happened in the first half of the season at all. Do you think that we should, like, I don't know, make it a little bit better and have the characters actually be themselves and who they are and actually have development of characters? So, I mean, come March, we'll see. I will probably still watch it because I'm a sucker for abuse. So,
well, maybe someone took some of this to heart because you were saying something about the fact that, like, there were writers or whatever that were saying, like,
yeah, Adam was...
my bad.
Adam was tweeting and he pretty much just sounded exhausted and apologetic to people who were just, like, calling him out on, like, what the fuck, man? And he was just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Something happened. I don't know if we're going to know about it, but something happened in the season that did not go the way it was supposed to or something, and it ended up being awful writing. And I really hope that they collectively remove their heads out of their asses and actually write well again and actually do service to their characters and their fans.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I just want to see how this is going to go. Like, if they're going to make any, if they're going to make any effort to, like, repair anything that they've done.
We have to fix it. Oh fuck, we pissed so many people off.
Seriously, because I mean, they've even said that their fan base, like, this was like the lowest
rating season. That's rough.
Yeah, and I get that it's been, like, on the TV for a while, and, ratings do suffer after a show has been on for a while. But I feel like there were fan bases that were like, you know what? They said that they're gonna do this and this and this, like, let's stick with it. And then they did not fulfill their end of the bargain, and so there are a lot of fan bases that are like, screw it.
You have found a way to appease the minority of fans by pissing off the majority of your fans. So, way to go, writers. Please try and fix it for the second half of the season.
Please.
We want to love this show. We really do. We really want to love this show.
Yes, I absolutely have adored this show, and I'm not normally one of those people who really gets into, like, the fantasy type shows because they can do the whole thing where there's, like, a plot device where everything is magically fixed, and you're like, well, how the heck did that happen? Or
everything is pixie dust. Explain it by pixie dust. We don't need any explanation or any kind of character development. Just throw pixie dust at it. That was an early, really huge gripe from me, but
yeah.
Anyway.
I can definitely see where she's coming because, like, like I was saying before about the fact that the Dark Ones shouldn't be able to pass off that mark to people so freaking easily. Yeah. Just like, I touched you, you're going to hell, sorry.
So, second half of the season, bring back our strong women, bring back good writing, and bring back good character development. Please. Please.
We didn't even rehearse that. That was awesome.
I know. We're incredible.
We are.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Megan.
I'm Rachel.
And we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.